Okay, so before we close the chapter on 2020, we thought we would take a trip down memory lane and talk about how 2020 went for us. Start to finish. Call it a recap if you must. A lot happened in 2020. I'm going to power through this as fast as I can, I promise. This is also my first voiceover video, so there's that. So we start 2020 off in Toronto. We have just returned from a trip to India. Oh, don't worry, this was before COVID was a thing, so we could still hug people and stuff. We start prepping for our trip, the one we have been talking about for so long now, our cross-Canada trip that ends at the Arctic Ocean. Armed with some amateur skills, the help of some friends, we start knocking out the components of our Jeep build one by one. The awning, bumper, installing the winch, dual battery system, and diesel heater.
Look at that smile!
Yes. Our first day on the road was the 23rd of Feb 2020. I admire our courage to take on the cold and the snow without bigger tires or chains. Oh, that's why they don't do it.
This is hilarious. Even our traction pads need recovery.
We were making our journey east. Our first stop after this campsite was Ottawa. Welcome to Ottawa. We explored some of the city and continued east towards Quebec, the land where
I can't see.
Everything's so white.
And sometimes Aldo was too morally right. Should we go? Should we not? The gate is open, but it says it's private property.
We can't.
And I was too morally wrong.
There might be some coffee drinkers out there that are looking at this and like cringing.
We arrive at a camp spot after hours of searching. We explore Quebec City. Hike a winter trail that we thought was 5 kilometers but ended up being like 8. Something got lost in translation there.
I need a break. Shouldn't have eaten that much protein.
Okay, now let's take a second to take in this view. Now, there are also some really cool advantages of below freezing temperatures. Like if your water jug breaks, the water freezes and saves you hours of cleanup. And the next day, when you run out of water, you melt the snow. Transportation is fun too. You can ditch the highway and drive on a lake.
I'm sure this is like, it's not a big deal for a lot of you. But for us, it feels like, oh my god, what are we doing? This feels like an adventure sport. Also because we can't swim.
Okay, speeding up. We are now in New Brunswick, and I'm holding on for dear life on what I call the Ice Cave's death trap.
Oh god, if my mom sees this, she's gonna freak out.
After the ice caves, we head east, looking for a camp spot, and I leave no stone unturned.
Hey, do you know any campsites here? Any Crownland? No? Okay.
After staying at some interesting spots in New Brunswick, we check out the Big Axe and the world's largest lobster.
Looks like size does matter here in New Brunswick.
After fixing some Jeep issues, we make our way to PEI. Not much to see in PEI in the winter. There's snow, red cliffs, creameries, more snow.
Where's all the water? It's an ocean, right? How can an ocean freeze?
Wind warnings in PEI make us flee to Nova Scotia, where it suddenly seemed like winter never happened. We begin exploring Nova Scotia.
If only the Jeep could float.
Boom! State of emergency. After isolating at some beautiful spots, we arrive at our most favorite spot, which was so peaceful we never wanted to leave. Well, up until our stove broke down, of course. The search for a new stove brought us back into the city, where we ended up camping on private property. We were not expecting what followed. What followed was great hospitality, generosity, springtime projects, and lake views. We made this spot our home for the next few months. And then what started was a new chapter in our lives. With travel restrictions now a thing, we had to press pause on the trip and move on to the next phase in our life, which would come to include some tough decisions and a lot of manual labor. Now, before we cut to the next chapter, let's take a break and pay tribute to all the great meals we enjoyed on the road. Goodbye to our Jeep and buy two old Jeeps, a TJ and a 34-year-old Jeep Comanche. And after months of hard work, we upgrade from living in a Jeep to living in our very own cabin. Well, actually, we upgraded from the Jeep to a greenhouse, then an RV, then a tent, a basement apartment, and then the cabin. I had hoped we would be in the cabin by Christmas because I wanted to celebrate Christmas here. Although it is not very practical right now, I'm referring to the absence of a kitchen and a bathroom, of course. But I'm so happy with the progress. Oh, we also got a dog. His name is Kala, and here is him being cute for 30 seconds. Okay, now where was I? Yes, so that's how 2020 went for us. I'm so glad we were able to share the journey with you thus far. Again, thank you for all the support. I hope you all have a great year ahead, and I hope 2021 is kind to all of us.
But yeah, that's about it. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions and suggestions in the comment section below. That's it. Thanks, bye.